I need to use Pascal's triangle to expand the binomials below. So this is my binomial. And I'm going to name x my first term. And first term is x. And then my second term, since all of these is in the form of positive, I'm going to take -2. Right? Since I'm adding them over here, I just need to take, instead of writing a +2, I'm going to take a -2. So here, I'm taking it to the second power, right? So what's going to happen is, this is my Pascal triangle, and here is the form it's going to take. So if I was going to make this up on my own, I'm going to put in my coefficients. And then here, I'm going to start with my first term, which is x squared. And I'm decreasing. I'm just going to go into an x. Now, everything here is positive because I'm just multiplying positive numbers by itself. And then right when your x goes down by 1 exponent, I'm going to start my second term. So it's going to be y to the first, y to the second. So we see that it matches with whatever we have over here. And then I can go ahead and start replacing everything. So I'm going to leave x squared by its alone because my first term was x. 2x, I'm going to leave x alone, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write -2. And then over here, 1 times y squared, it just gives me y squared, so I'm going to write -2 to the second power. And then I can go ahead and simplify this. So this would be x squared, 2 times -2, which is a -4x. And then over here, -2 squared is the same as -2 times -2, which is equal to 4. So that'll be a +4. And that's how my answer will look right over here. Okay, so let's look at a different one. Okay, so this one, it looks kind of, it's a bit more complicated. I have a 3 in front of my 1. But it's going to be the same idea. Oh, and I also have 4. My first term is going to be 3y. And my second term, well, luckily for me, it's positive, so I'm just going to write 1, a +1. So it says I'm taking it to the 4th power. So if I was going to go ahead and derive that form for myself, it's going to look like this, but this will be my coefficients. And then this will be how my exponents will look like. So I'm going to start with my first term, x to the 4th. And remember, I'm decreasing. So x to the 3rd, x to the 2nd, x to the 1st, and then after that, there's no more x's. Now I need to write my second term, y. So remember, when x goes down by 1, I'm going to use this one right over here. So y to the 1st, y to the 2nd, y to the 3rd, and then y to the 4th. And everything is being added. Okay, so let me see, am I right? Yep, it looks right. All right, so now I can go ahead and replace everything. So anything times 1 is itself, so I'm not going to even rewrite that one. But I am going to replace that x for 3y. The x here is going to be our first term to the 4th power, plus 4. So wherever there's x, I want to replace for 3y. wherever there is a y, I want to replace for a 1. Okay, so that's what I'm just doing, replacing or substituting. Another term for replacing. It's like a lot of things. Okay, now it's going to be the same idea from last week. Whenever we have an exponent, so we have something like this, you want to distribute this exponent. So what you're doing is you're doing 3 to the 4th power times y to the 4th power, and 3 to the, okay, so 3 to the 4th, that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. This I know gives me 27. So then I have to do 27 times 3. That's 21. 3 times 2, 6, 7, 8, 80. So this will be 81 y to the 4th. So my first term, it's going to be 81 y to the 4th. Then right over here, I want to combine these guys, but remember there's a 3, there's an exponent of 3. So you're doing 4 times 3y to the 3rd. 1 times anything is itself, and I want to distribute this first. So what I'm really doing is 4 times 3 to the 3rd power times y, and this will give me 4 times 27 times y. 27 times 4, 28, 8, 10. So this will give me 104 y to the 3rd. Oops. And then here again, 1 to the 2nd power is just going to give me 1. So if I'm doing 3 to the 2nd power, you're distributing it. So this one will give you 6 times 9 times y squared, and that's going to give you 54 y squared. And then over here, the same idea, 4 times 3 times 1 to the 3rd. 1 to the 3rd is the same as 1 times 1 times 1, which is all equal to 1. So 4 times 3, that's 12y. And then 1 to the 4th power is just 1. So this would be my answer. All right, so I know this may look intimidating because there's a lot of numbers in this part, but we're going to have more practice with this. This is what we will be covering for the rest of this week, just so you have a better idea of how Pascal's triangle and binomial expansion works.